All right. Let's go over some. Let's go over some logs here. So there's two differences on the Microsoft Entra ID on the admin center. So whenever you're doing some troubleshooting, we got to make sure we know what we're looking at. We got the sign in logs and we got the audit logs, and I just want to go over it because I've been spending a lot of time these couple days doing this, just kind of doing an investigation on a sign in. So this is what I found out. Maybe it'll help a lot of people. It helps me do these videos. So, for example, we got our audit logs and we got our sign in logs, right? Our audit logs, as you can see here, the services core director. Core directory would be more of a AD, your sync, your hybrid, your AD sync to the cloud, any changes, any users that get modified. That's audit logs right there. Your policy changes, your roles, your licensing. If you remove a license on Office 365 or Exchange, if they get a E5 or an A1, I don't know. That's where it gets all recorded here. An update on users, on the registry, on anything that has to do with licensing, on also MFA settings changes. If anybody got MFA, I don't know if they got granted or not, or if they got blocked. So that would be here, and it differs from your sign-in logs because your sign-in logs has that's a completely different ball game. That's more for the SOC analysts, IT admins. And the audits are for IT admins as well, but it's more for compliance and for your governance and your forensics, your auditors and stuff. So this is the major difference. And so let's go into the sign-in logs now. Now this is where the SOC analyst will come and do his investigation because he wants to see who signed in, what time did he sign in, why is there disabled accounts signing in from Panama to Azure Active Directory multiple times when there's an account disabled. So this is where you'll get your investigation started going from here, and then you do the show login fail. You do a filter to login. You filter out all the failures, all the failures, attempts, everything that you can also do a filter by IP. But when I was doing the filter by the fails and the status, of course, status, fails, and the operating system, just to get a overview to see what they're doing, and if the accounts it's probably hijacked, but they were doing a lot of attempts. So that is the main difference. But so that's the main difference. So the main difference is authentication attempts versus audit, right? The administrative configurations, and then the show logins. You don't see show logins in the audit logs. You see them in the sign-in logs. The including like the IPs and locations. Like I saw there was an attempt in Panama and Poland. So you don't see that in the audit logs because audit logs is more for internal. And then also, your detect attacks, your brute force attacks. That's on the sign-in logs. On your audit logs, the track changes, inside threats, something like that. But that takes you to for like the brutal force and the risky sign-ins. That you have to have at least a P2 level licensing on Entra ID. So that's another topic. But that's it. This is the two sign-in logs, and hopefully somebody gets it because I had to do a lot of investigation. But here we go. All right, have fun.